Folks, the person you see in front of you is Lawrence Jones. He is a reporter for The Blaze, which is a right-leaning news organization, basically online. And honestly, this guy's a Republican, first of all. And normally, I will say that I can't get with a lot of these black Republicans because I guess in order to prove their fealty, their loyalty, that they're one of the guys, they tend to go too far to the right. Okay, guys like Paris Denard, you know, that idiot. I just can't stand watching him on TV because there's nothing that a Republican or Trump can do that is wrong. And even I realize that some of the things that Trump does are correct. I'm not saying a lot, but some. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that I've seen him do that are wrong. Opposite is with Obama. Some of the things that he did were correct for the country, but there were quite a few things that he also did that were wrong. Same thing with Clinton. Same thing with any politician. But I woke up this morning, flipped on the tube, and this guy was giving an interview, so I rolled back to see exactly what he said as far as his position. And I gotta tell you, I may not be able to ride with this brother on 100% of the things, but a lot of the stuff that he said made complete sense. Now, yeah, he obviously is Republican and he is going to be in the Trump camp, but he doesn't have both feet in the Trump camp. And he seems or stated that when Trump fucks up, he is willing to call him out on it. Just like when Obama messed up, he had no problem calling him out on it. Now, I want to play this video clip and watch his attack on Obama. And his attack is not wrong, okay? His attack is not wrong. Here we go.
I want to bring in Lawrence Jones, host at The Blaze, and he's there at the conference this morning. Lawrence, good to have you with me. The president coming yesterday, really loving the crowd loving him. How were the president's remarks received there?
It seemed like everybody loved him here. As you remember, this was a divided CPAC last year. He didn't even show up.
Right.
But he showed up this time, and I think conservative Republicans are starting to come together. It wasn't that case last year during the primary.
No, everybody loves a winner.
He didn't even win the straw.
Yeah, everybody loves a winner when you show up. And I think that they are fired up by what he represents, and also the people that come with the administration, because we've seen Senior Advisor Steve Bannon taking to the stage on Thursday with Chief of Staff Reince Priebus. They kind of showed some brotherly love on that stage. Did they convince people that all is well behind the scenes and there really isn't a power struggle between their two brands of conservatism?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's so bad to have the power struggle. Like I said, we have to hold the president accountable. I will celebrate him when he does things that's appropriate. When he doesn't, I will criticize him. I think that's good for the party. I think what we saw in the last administration, that there were people, including the media, that carried the water of the president, and that didn't help America. And so what I'm hoping is that we can all be critical, but always when the president does something good, we'll celebrate him.
And I know that was a point of topic about campaign promise and accountability from Steve Bannon. You're a conservative talk show host, and many in the audience, Lawrence, Thursday was probably the first time they really had an opportunity to hear from Steve Bannon directly. So I want to play a bit of his remarks. Take a listen.
If you look at the wide degree of opinions in this room, whether you're a populist, whether you're a limited government conservative, whether you're a libertarian, whether you're an economic nationalist, We have wide and sometimes divergent opinions, but I think the center core of what we believe, that we're a nation with an economy, not an economy just in some global marketplace with open borders, but we're a nation with a culture and a...
Okay, see, and that's what always gets me, and I had to stop it there. We are not a nation with a culture. We are a multicultural nation.
And a reason for being. And I think that's what unites us.
So there we have Steve Bannon, and again, he said, hold us accountable for the campaign promises that we've made. When you hear a conservative voice like that, and knowing that he is right there next to the president in the White House with so much sway over the president, how much does that give you a forecast picture of what's to come for the country that is, in ways, untraditional for what many Americans expect?
Well, I think we've been doing things the right way. Do I have concerns about people in the administration? You bet I do. But I had concerns about Valerie Jarrett being next to President Obama. At the end of the day, I want results, and I want results for my community. And you can expect me as a conservative, a libertarian, as someone that is passionate about my community, the black community, to hold them accountable. I was just telling some friends at dinner the other day, this new deal for black America, I'm going to hold him accountable. I need to see results. If I'm not talking about Omarosa or all the other strategies, I need to see him in the community making a concerted effort to improve jobs, to improve the broken education system, and to make lives better for black folks. And what is best for black folks is what's best for all Americans. So that is what I'm specifically looking for the president. I won't be carrying his water. I will celebrate him when he does the right things, but when he's not doing the right thing, I will hold him accountable.
And that's what I'm talking about, okay? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Obama basically had 8 years worth of cover as far as the black community was concerned. Now Trump's in here has made these promises, and this brother is 100% right. He is going to hold him accountable, as should we, as far as the promises that he appears to have made to the black community. So like I said, this brother can't pull me all the way into their camp, but he can pull me in their direction based on what he just said.
Campaign promise, Lawrence, that he made, and also vilified certain communities, more urban communities, because of violence and distress. My hometown of Baltimore was one of the communities that he brought up a lot on the campaign trail, and since he's taken office. So what's your timeline look like for results?
I need to see something happening within the next 2 to 3 months. I'm not expecting it to be a miracle in my community, but I need to see the concerted effort to get that done. Part of the problem is...
But for communities just specifically, Lawrence, for communities like Baltimore that never recovered after the late 60s riots and the death of Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, you reap what you sow, and that takes decades. So how can you have a sense of accountability on this administration with just months instead of in the decades of time that we've seen for this country for progress or depression?
Right, so here's the problem. And also, this is a story of the media as well. President Obama had 8 years to do some things. Even Chicago, from where he calls his hometown, and the media did not hold him accountable. And so, like I said, I'm not expecting a miracle, but I am expecting to see a concerted effort to get things done. You guys didn't hold Obama accountable in our community, and black folks were really upset about that. So although we appreciate the culture and something that we can identify as seeing somebody that looks like us, love the same music that we like, dance like us, we were still concerned about the jobs and the broken education system and a other host of issues. So yes, I get what you're saying, hold them accountable, but we didn't do that for President Obama.
Well, but doesn't the right take any responsibility, especially for President Trump and the narrative that he gave birth to, the birther narrative of having the president to prove his own heritage, and that there was such consternation that the president walked a very fine line of having to balance what it meant to be the first African-American president And it just
And
wasn't
when he
the
did
first
that,
black president. He was everybody's president.
He was everybody's president, but he was also a black man, and he made a lot of promises to our community. And when Mr. Trump, Donald Trump, now President Trump, did that to President Obama, I was very upset with it, and I made Republicans know that what he did was wrong, and we would be in trouble for it. It would come back to haunt us. But we can't just say he was the president of all America. That is true, but he made a concerted effort to tell the community if we did not vote for Hillary Clinton that it would be an insult to his legacy. But he didn't do anything for us. That's the problem.
Bingo! He hit it on the head. It would be an insult to his legacy, but what the hell was his legacy as far as the black community was concerned? Zilch, zero, nada, nunca, niet, nine, whatever word you want to use. He did nothing for us. He did plenty, okay, for the immigrant community, especially Hispanics, okay. He did plenty for the gay, lesbian, LGBT, whatever letters you want to use. He did plenty for them. He did plenty for women as far as signing that the Lilly Ledbetter Act into law was concerned. He did a lot of stuff for various different communities. Please tell me what you think he did for us. It was jack shit. And now a lot of people are going to say black people are uninformed. We are some of the most politically informed people in the country. So when the majority of us believe that President Obama didn't do jack shit for the black community, we are not just talking out of our asses. We are pointing back at 8 years worth of history, and we are looking for it. And unfortunately, we're coming up empty.
Didn't do anything for us. And so, although he was the president of all America, he used his influence in our community to get the votes, but we didn't see the results. We saw results in the Latino community. We saw him doing different town halls with them. We saw a DACA and concerted efforts to improve their circumstance. We didn't see that in as it relates to the black community.
Lawrence, good to have you on. Lawrence Jones, host of The Blaze. Have fun on the last day there at CPAC, and I look forward to having you back on. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so the brother hit it 100 over 100. And when Obama's black or half black ass got out there and made that particular statement, he turned a lot of people off. Because when they thought back about what he had done for the black community, they basically called this man a hypocrite. And that's exactly what he was. He was a politician supreme. Okay, he was an excellent orator. He could give a speech to charm the panties off my wife. But that being said, as far as him actually delivering for the black community, he was woefully owing. So now that we have Trump up in here, we need to hold him accountable. And if he doesn't deliver on the bullshit that he spewed out there, which he's going to give, I already know he's going to give us a few gimmies. He's going to do something as far as the HBCUs are concerned. He's going to pull that out of the Department of Education as far as funding is concerned and bring it up underneath the White House. There's going to be some kind of an office within the White House that's going to take on the responsibility for that. We'll see what the kind of funding he's going to kick out. But again, if he can actually humanitarily fix crime situations, especially in Chicago, hey, if they, over all these years, haven't been able to do it, and people are dying, if Trump takes action that actually does reduce the actual number of murders that are occurring in Chicago, well, hell, that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, that is actually saving lives. Now, we're going to be able to debate, whatever action he takes, but if he gets the ultimate result of catching all of these thugs that are out there killing people and the death count starts dropping, and I mean dropping dramatically, hey, I will give him his props. I will give him his kudos that he did something that Rahm Emanuel and Obama, who's from Chicago, obviously, could not. So he would deserve props on that. But again, I'm going to look at things across the board like voting rights and voter suppression. Obviously, I'm looking at jobs, education, things that directly are going to affect the African American community. I don't give a damn if it helps somebody else. I'm just worrying about it helping us. So if one of the byproducts is that white people or Hispanics are helped by whatever he does, that's all well and good. I got no problem with that. But whatever he does, it damn sure better have a dramatic effect on the well-being and improvement of life of my community. Otherwise, I'm going to be pissed. And I think that this brother is in the same vein. Now, again, can he pull me into the Republican camp? No, he's not going to be able to do that because there's too many of those people that are racist, undercover white supremacists, that basically wouldn't spit on me if I was dying of thirst in the goddamn desert, okay? But there are a bunch of other people who would probably want to give me all the help that I needed. So I'm not going to give a overall blanket condemnation of that side of the aisle, but there's enough of them that I am totally uncomfortable being over there. Now, would I be 100% comfortable being on the other side? I'd be more comfortable, okay, because they talk a better game, but at the same time, I'm keeping my eyes open because that term, smile in your face, okay, and stab you in the back, I think that phrase was coined from the Democratic side of the aisle. So keep your eyes open. Try to stay as knowledgeable as you can. I think Mr. Jones he sounds like he's a very knowledgeable guy. He speaks like he knows what he's talking about. He cited a bunch of things that I absolutely believe are true. And I'm going to check him out and see what his radio program is about.